What's going on, YouTube? This is Kevin again from Recreate Your World. And today I want to talk about process, the process and the flow state. And so this is going to be a little bit of a longer video. So if you're not prepared to tune in, then come back at a different time, because this is going to be a lot of knowledge dropped very, very, very quick in a concise, precise manner. But if you pay attention to this, you will understand everything that there is about manifestation, how to bring things into reality effortlessly and easily in your life, and you will not make mistakes. And so this is basically going to be your guide, your manual to everything you ever wanted. And I'm doing this because you need a broad sense understanding before you really get involved with this stuff, if you're ever going to give yourself up to it, right? And when we talk about the flow state, essentially the process, right? The present moment, God conscious, it's all the same. And so if you think about any sports, hero, let's just say it's LeBron James in basketball, or Michael Jordan, or Roger Federer in tennis, or Tiger Woods in golf, whatever you're thinking about in terms of like these sports athletes that are at the highest level, right? What are they doing to get there? Well, they're in the present moment, and they're in flow more than anybody else around them can ever be in flow. But how are they doing that? Are they doing that consciously, or are they doing that subconsciously? Obviously, the answer is they're doing that subconsciously. They're doing that without even trying to do that. And that's the whole point about this entire thing, right? So many people want to make this difficult and make it about a specific technique, a specific process that you have to follow in order to achieve this state where you're embodying the person that you want to become in order to get the thing that you want to get. It's not true. It's just, that's not how it works. It's actually backwards, because the more you try in anything, think about a single moment of your life where you've really tried as hard as possible versus the moments in life where you're letting things free flow and you're in that natural state of creation, and then compare the differences. I guarantee almost every time you're going to come out ahead, almost every single solitary time, probably every single solitary time, in that flow state in comparison to the times where you're trying hard. And I can speak to attest to this in my life as well. There was, the beginning of one of the first manifestations, which was a massive amount of wealth that I had. I was at this new position, this new career, and I was trying so hard for the first, let's just say 2-3 weeks in the position. And this is a commission-based position. This is something where you earn more the better you do. And so I was trying, but nothing was happening. Actually, it was really, really, really bad. Terrible, actually. And I had a conversation with someone, and it was almost like they were trying to bring me into the flow state. And they sat me down and said, dude, you know who the fuck you are? Like, you know who you are? Do you know what you're capable of? Do you know your potential? Do you see who you are in comparison to others? Do you hold yourself to that? Like, they basically shook me to my core and had me realize who I was in that moment, what I was capable of, if I just understood that. And so going forward from that very day in that position, this is a perfect example of the flow state. I didn't know what the hell I was doing, but I embodied that state, that person. And what then ensued was a tremendous amount of success. The first week, 2 weeks of doing that, I blew up. I went from 0 to hero. And then ever since that point, I was the best in the entire company, right? And so, it's just one of many, many, many examples I can give. But what I did by doing that was just letting go and giving up in terms of the tension, the stress, the pressure, the need to create. And I just understood that it was already done. I already am that person, and I embodied that, right? And so this thing of flow state, the ability to connect to the present moment, this is the most important piece that you'll ever go over in your entire life. And so when we talk about techniques, right, you can do many, many different techniques. I'm not saying that techniques inherently are bad. I'm saying that if you don't resonate and if you don't connect with these techniques in the way that you would want to, if you can't feel them to be real to you personally, And you can't operate going forward in your daily life as if it is done, truly done, based on those techniques, then they're probably not working for you, right? So I'm just giving you a different way to go about it, where it's much simpler. It's just be and become and claim that you are, and do it so intensely. That is a key part of it, is doing it to an intense level, right? And we'll go over that in a little bit in terms of the emotional side of things and how that all plays in with frequencies, vibrations, etc., connecting to your future. But connecting at this intense level, which a lot of times that's why I rant. I go on these intense rants, and I'll be in a comfortable, relaxed state where I'm not necessarily drowsy, but I'm just relaxed. I'm comfortable. Maybe I am in a lower brainwave state, like a theta or a delta, and I'll slip into this. It's like a trance, man. And I'm going on these intense rants of proclamation of my future as if it's already happened, and I claim it to be real in the present moment to such an extent that I personally feel that it's 100% true, and I have no difficulty accepting it as the truth. And so for me, that's my process that works for me. For you, it may be like they say, like SATs, state akin to sleep. Lay down, get comfortable, don't go to bed, but get very, very relaxed and comfortable, almost to the point where you're dropping off to sleep. And then you do the technique, right, which is to visualize the scene already being completed as the completion of what you want. And then you just simply loop it and you let it go and you go to bed. For some people, that may be the perfect technique. What I'm trying to tell you is the technique does not fucking matter. It does not matter. Whatever can invoke the emotion that connects you to that future is all that you need. And so, like I said, for me, that's what works for me is this process. And I've found that for a lot of people that have trouble visualizing and doing a bunch of different techniques, this is what works the best for them as well. It's something that is like a universal, easy way to go about it, because it's very natural. It's very easy to tell yourself a different story, to sit there and create something different just by simply telling yourself, right? You're narrating your life. It's not difficult. And so when you do that, a lot of times you will naturally visualize in the process of doing this. So it's just a win-win. You'll be ranting, or you'll be telling yourself this different story, and in your mind, you'll start to see the different story from the perspective of already having done it or living from it. And that's the most powerful part about this. Your mental rehearsing, the act of already being where you want to be or being who you want to be, and you're connecting to the future by feeling the emotion with the intensity that you're ranting and you're proclaiming with this powerful emotion inside of you that it is done. Like that is what my life is. That is where I'm at now. And that's the key. Once you've put these two things together, they seem to just naturally flow, right? You don't have to try to do anything because it's a natural flow state of that moment. And in that moment, we can talk about this in terms of the subconscious, right? There's God, which is connected through your subconscious, and then your conscious relays the information from your subconscious, right? So there's like the superconscious, God, subconscious, conscious. When you're doing what I'm talking about with this state, you're easily and effortlessly impressing upon your subconscious at such a level that it's just relaxed. It's tension free, right? You're impressing on it at the highest level. And then the superconscious, which is God, right? God comes in, weighs far above and far greater than you've ever imagined and that you could ever come up with, will find a way to orchestrate that into reality and bring it into your conscious world. And that's how this all works. That's how simple this is. All you have to do is do that, right? Choose this new reality for yourself, and then let go and let God be the way. Do not try to logically figure this out. Do not try to dig into it, to search and to repeat this 1,000 times. You don't need to. You don't need to. If you feel it to be done, and you know if it's done, if you no longer need that repetition, that reminder to yourself. And if you're starting to think from where that place is, and you find yourself reacting to your 3D world in the new sense, then you've done it correctly. And then you absolutely know with 100% certainty that it's just coming. It's already there, but it's coming, right? So you have no desire at that point to even go any further with anything technique-wise or anything outside of yourself. You know that it's done. It will be there. So you just have to remain absolutely faithful in the meantime, which it should be incredibly simple because you know in your heart of hearts that it's complete. And that's all that this is. This is the key to manifestation. This is all you have to do. It's so simple, but people want to make it so complicated. And they want to, just overanalyze everything. But there's no point. There is no logic to this. There's no logic to any of this. You can't logically explain God. And you never could. It's not possible. And nobody can. Not even science, quantum physics, quantum mechanics. They can't explain God, and they never will be able to, which is why a lot of people don't believe in it. But if you believe, and if you follow this process, if you understand how the world works in this way, you will get everything and anything that you want. And that's my message to you. So enjoy the day. Comment, like, subscribe. Leave any questions that you have. Tell me any stories about any times where you've manifested something great, any troubles that you're having right now. And I look forward to seeing you guys on the next video.